upon a time, it was the first day of night school, and all the little pages sat down before Sir Bravelot to have their first lesson. Sir Bravelot asked them if they knew any rules of chivalry.
Anybody know the rules of chivalry?
Sir Bravelot was very proud of their answers, but he told them the most important rule is Sir Bravelot felt his pages were ready to begin sword fighting. So he took them out into the royal yard, and they followed Sir Bravelot to the royal yard. He presented each of the pages with a shiny new sword. The little pages were very excited, and they listened to Sir Bravelot as he taught them how to fight with a partner. As the little pages were working on their sword fighting, all of a sudden, some terrifying witches ran into the courtyard. And the witch ran away. Sir Bravelot was very disappointed in his pages for being so cowardice.
I'm very disappointed. Now you should be punished.
He gave them a punishment first of,
Now you gotta, instead of fighting with the sword, you gotta polish them.
instead of fighting with their swords, they had to polish them. The little pages reluctantly sat down and began their chore of polishing the swords. After a while, they asked Sir Bravelot, but their punishment was not done. Sir Bravelot said they had to.
Sweep. Now you gotta sweep the floor.
They went into the royal castle and found the brooms. And they swept the floor before the king and queen. After a while, the pages asked the knight. Sir Bravelot told them they had worked hard enough, and it was time to go back to sword fighting again. The little pages were very excited to practice their fighting. They went back into the royal yard and began practicing with their partners. Sir Bravelot was very proud of their progress, until all of a sudden, some trolls ran into the royal courtyard. Sir Bravelot was very disappointed with the pages for acting so frightened.
I'm very disappointed. Now you should be punished. This time your punishment will be worse. This time you have to
He sent them to the royal stables to.
clean up the horse poop.
So out they went to the stables to clean up the horse poop. When they were done, they asked the knight, but he still had another punishment for them. They had to give the king and queen a foot massage. The king and queen enjoyed their foot massage. But the little pages asked the knight. So they got to stop their chore and go back to practicing their sword fighting. They practiced with their partner, and Sir Bravelot was very proud of their progress. But all of a sudden, some dragons ran into the royal yard. But the little pages did not run away. They stood bravely before the dragons until the dragons cowered away. Dragons cowered away in fear. The dragons left. Sir Bravelot was very proud of his pages, and he said it was time for them to take the knight's oath. They stood proudly in the castle and held their swords firmly, and they took their oath. I will use my strength only for good and help anyone weaker I find. I, champion of the right, against all evil and wicked, I promise to fight. And they bowed before the king and queen. They bowed before the king and queen. And the queen granted them all the position of squire. The king and queen stood up as they granted them all their names. And they were so proud of the little pages that they decided to have a royal party.
You already know it is. Solid talk, solid talk, solid talk. Don't it do it for me? Now watch me whip, kill it. Now watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Now watch me whip, kill it. Watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Can you do it?
And they all lived happily ever after. Take your bow. Take your bow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had such a great time with your kids this week. Thank you so much for sharing them with us.